What's going on, hunters? Dom from the Game Looters here, and today we're diving into 10 essential tips that'll make your journey through Monster Hunter Wilds a whole lot easier. Plus, at the end, we have one bonus tip to give you that extra edge. If you're new to the game, there's a ton of stuff Monster Hunter never tells you, but don't worry, I got you covered. So grab your weapon of choice, call your Palico, like my friend over here, and let's get hunting. Tip number 1, learn to dodge like a pro. You want to make sure that in this game, you're always staying on your feet. If you're only relying on blocking, you're setting yourself up for a world of pain. Dodging is everything, especially with certain weapon choices. And mastering evasive movement can be the difference between a flawless hunt and a cart back to camp. So how do you dodge like a pro? Well, when you want to see the monster, you want to evade them, right? So make sure you're evading when the monster is mid-attack, not after. It's all about timing here. Rolling towards attacks instead of away can sometimes put you in a better position. Like when I was taking the new Udra on, it was always good to roll towards the tentacles, not away from them. This allowed a better position to counter. Use your weapon's unique dodging mechanics. I've personally been using the bow, and with that, as soon as I'm able to, there is a evasive movement that is with my bow. So just make sure that if it's already built into your weapon, that you're using the built-in dodging mechanics for yours. Practice dodging against weaker monsters first, and once you get the hang of it, you'll be untouchable even in high-rank fights. Number 2, capture, do not kill. Now, this is not always, this is just saying for the most part, if you are done hunting specific parts for monsters, typically if you capture, you're going to have better rewards and you have less hassle. Now, if you think that you have to slay every monster, you're wrong. Capturing is usually a lot faster and sometimes can give us better rewards. So when a monster starts limping or you see the skull icon on your minimap, that's your cue that it's ready to be captured. Drop a shock trap or a pitfall trap, throw a couple of trank bombs, and boom, easy loot and no long fight. I myself and my wife last night, as we were just getting a lot of different monster parts, as we were trying to get certain weapons and armor sets, we were just simply capturing over and over. So capturing also locks in some of the best materials. Again, for the most part, I don't have a science behind this, but I'm finding that I get more rare plates, gems, and mantles when doing so. So this can take forever to grind, so just know that, hey, when it says hunt, you can go for capture. And make sure it says hunt. If it says repel, just know that you cannot capture the monster. So just look for the hunt icon. Number 3, mounting. This was hard to get captured just because the weapon I've been using to hunt lately has been the bow, so mounting isn't exactly my forte because I'm not right up in the grill of the monster. But during our hunts, I was playing with my wife as she is using the insect glaive, so she's been mounting a lot, and this makes a huge difference towards our fights. So if you're not already mounting monsters in wilds, make your hunts, they're basically a lot harder than they need to be if you're not doing so. Again, though, it all depends on your weapon. Like I said, I'm using a bow, and if you're using like maybe a gun lance or something else to where you're a little further away, then you might not be mounting a whole lot, but make sure that you have friends or people you're playing with that do. This is also going to reward aggression as well, and jumping on a monster's back lets you control the fight and rack up a ton of damage. So how do you do it? You want to make sure that you use your secret leap mid-air and land attack to jump off ledges or to trick or trigger a mount. You're going to see a lot of wedge beetles too. These are going to help you kind of get up in the sky and land on the monster to get in the right place. Now, once you're on, you want to focus your attack on weak points like the head, wings, or tail. Not only will this deal massive damage, but it also breaks parts faster, and it gives your companions in the fight an area to also pinpoint as you are mounting them. Some weapons, like I said, like Insect Glaive, are just simply built for aerial combat, so they're going to be a lot easier, but any weapon can mount. I'll tell you though, I'm using the bow and I haven't been mounting at all. I just let others do it, but hey, you can if you want to, and it does really help out your whole entire fight. All right, the next one is don't ever sleep on food buffs. Now, right now we're in a pop-up camp. We're in one of the areas because we're trying to find a monster, but in these sections, never go hungry. You always want to make sure that you're eating no matter what. Seriously, eating at a camp is going to give you a huge stat boost, increasing your defense, increasing your stamina, increasing your attack or elemental resistances. Each meal combo offers unique buffs like increased avidity, like I said, elementals, and even skill boosts that can really help you take down your monsters faster, or it can help you prevent you from monster wars, stuns, or knockdowns, which can really save your hunt. So always make sure that you are doing this. Best part, if you forget to eat before heading out to your camp, you can grab a quick meal mid-quest just by simply using your pop-up barbecue set, which I will show you guys right here. So we didn't eat right now in camp, which is totally fine. So, you know, when we go to your radio wheel here, you can go in and look at your essentials. And in your essentials, you can use your pop-up portable grill. And with your pop-up portable grill, obviously find somewhere that is safe for you to eat, but you can come and grill a meal here as well. So you want to go ahead and come and grill a meal, and you can grill whatever you would like to. And with this one here, we're just going to cook a really quick meal just based off the recommendation. All right, now that we have our meal, we're all set to go into tip number 5. This is using your map. Your map is a absolute cheat code. This is going to tell you all kinds of stuff. And the mini map on top, or I guess on the bottom, I should say, the mini map on the bottom left is also a really good underrated tool that allows you just to see stuff. Like if you see like little question marks over here, and it allows you to kind of give you a quick glance at everything on the map. But truly, the map is a big cheat code. So the first thing here is monster icons will show their movement. So if you see over here, we have a Chotacabra. This is just going to allow you to show their movement. If a monster is sleeping, that's obviously going to be your cue to trap it for an easy capture. And you're going to be able to see all those details here just by simply following along the monster to see if it's non-moving or if it's sleeping or something like that. So you're able to kind of go and follow the different monster paths as well. Now, on here, after you've already engaged your monster, the different icons that are going to come here are going to be red X's, and these are going to mark corpses. So even if you didn't kill them, so if you see like a certain monster, you know, a smaller monster here, if you see a small X near it, which I don't have any on my map right now, but if you do see that, that means that there is a monster corpse, so you can go get some free loot, potentially carve some of the smaller monsters as well. Also, as you're engaging the monsters, you will see different connections to them as well too. Typically, you'll see like a little red icon on them, but then you could also be looking out for the skull, as we mentioned in a prior tip. If you see the skull, that means that they are weak and they are ready to be captured. So just make sure that you are using your mini map or your mini map, and make sure you're using your whole map. It is a huge tool just to see everything here. And you can also see an environment overview where you can look at the different monsters that are here and its inhabitants. Another really cool thing that I like to do as well too is you can go detailed map where you see everything full screen, and you can basically rotate however you want to here, and you can see all the different things that you potentially have. Maybe if you had like a drop item or something specific. There's just a lot of really cool stuff. You can also get really granular too. So if you see the different ways that I have here that are clicked, you can see the different things that are indicated on our map. So you're able to kind of min-max exactly what you want to be able to see on your screen. And then once you find it, right, so like, okay, I want to go get all of these specific gemstones here. You're able to then just simply go towards those items, and you're able to make your way towards whatever you happen to be looking for. So I just think that that is, you know, really cool. Now, also you have these different icons that you can filter through here on the bottom. If you see that I'm doing it, you have your fast travel list, which is just going to show you your different base camps that you have here. Then you also have your filter icons. So let's say, again, like you're looking for something very specific. You can just kind of go through all these different ones here. So let's just say I was looking for a just mining outcrops. Let's say I need some dragonite ore or something like that. You can click here and you can set a waypoint for this specific thing, and it'll show you on your map. Now it'll show your flies to get there exactly how you want. So I think that is just a really cool thing. Again, you know, super underrated. And, you know, of course, you can go monsters here as well, and it shows you the different threat levels and all that, which I think is really cool too. Last thing I'll say with the map section is if you hit the triangle button, at this point, it'll show you all the different locales that you have unlocked so far. So let's say if you need to go over to Sacred Forest, you can. You just click on it, and then you can go to the different base camp or the different smaller camps that you have set up already. And this allows just for quick, fast traveling to specific places that you need to go to. So the map is really useful, and it continues to be one of the coolest things in the game, you know, just to get around really quickly. The next tip is tip number 6. This is called exploiting weaknesses for massive damage. Of course, I think we all know, but when you are in focus mode, this is going to have you exploit those weak points and expose those areas that have been injured by the monster. So if you're just swinging around all kinds of crazy, you're probably doing it wrong. Every monster has weak points, and hitting them means faster kills and better drops. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you are using the field guide. So we're going to open the field guide here. So we're going to come into our large monster field guide, and we're going to look at a specific monster. Let's say we look at Ray Dow, okay? And when we look at Ray Dow here, we can go over to this section. So if you hit L1, R1, we can see that there are weak spots. We have the head, the wings, and the tail. And here it tells you the head has a breakable and it's a weak point. The wings are breakable and the tail is severable. So you want to make sure you're going for the weak point, which is the head on Ray Dow. And we want to make sure that we are aiming and or attacking accordingly. Some weapons like Greatsword are going to do really good break part dealing damage. I can speak, I promise. So you want to use the right weapon for the job. Like I said myself, I'm using a bow, so I definitely want to make sure that I'm focusing on the wings that are breakable, and I want to focus on the head that's breakable. Also, cutting off tails whenever possible, like Ray Dow here, it's severable. This is going to offer a lot of rare items from tail carving, so you don't want to miss that, especially if you're trying to capture a monster. Some additional stuff here is if you're looking for specific items. So like last night, I was telling you guys that I was looking for specific parts, and I was looking for it on the new Udra. So if you come over here on the new Udra, if you come over to the different sections in your monster field guide, you can come and see here that, okay, I know that I needed the cerebral spinal fluid. So you can see that it's a 1-star drop. So that means that anything here, it's going to drop. So target rewards is for carving, and we want to carve a arm area. So on the new Udra, that's why I was focusing on the tentacles, is I needed to get one of the arm sections. So that can be incredibly useful here. But let's say if you're going for a horn, it tells you that you're going to get this from the head. So just use your monster field guide as much as needed, especially when you're trying to get specific parts for your weapons and or for your armor. Tip number 7, flash pods. This is just going to allow you to get those really annoying monsters that are in the air out of the air. Nothing's worse than flying, fighting a flying monster that just won't come down. So use flash pods. These are going to come in really, really handy and get those airborne enemies down on the ground. So make sure that you're always bringing flash pods when you're hunting a Legiana or a Rathalos or one of the other annoying flying monsters. They can definitely get down really quickly. So this is just an easy tip here. Always bring flash pods. You never know when you're going to be facing a frustrating fight, and you just need them to get down. Tip number 8 is your Palico is super useful. Your Palico is your mini sidekick during the game. So if you're not always upgrading their gear, you are not doing it right. This is just wasting just free talent out on the field there. Palicos can heal you, they can set traps, distract monsters, and even steal free loot. So you want to make sure that they're equipped with the right tools. Like currently right now, if you look at mine, I got the Guardian Rathalos blade. This currently has the severing attack type on it. So last night, like I said, I was going after a lot of different monster parts. So my goal was to get severed parts like tails, wings, arms, tentacles, all of it. So my Palico here is equipped with a weapon that needs that, has severing on it. So you want to make sure that you're using this as much as possible, because they're going to end up, being something that is going to be really useful in the fight. So make sure that your Palico is completely equipped out, and make sure it has the right settings. Also, always make sure you're looking at the stats to make sure that, hey, if I'm going to go fight something that is a thunder monster, if you see my Palico right now has -6 thunder resistance, I probably want to go in and adjust that to maybe like this one here, where it just goes to a +1 thunder resistance, which seems to be the best one that I have right now, and that's what I would choose if I want to go and swap to a different outfit here that would have better thunder resistance if I'm gonna go fight one that is thunder. So just make sure that your Palico is equipped correctly. Tip number 9, auto crafting. Always make sure that you come into this menu here and you are equipping everything that you're going to happen to use. If I want a demon drug here, I want to make sure that I have auto crafting equipped on it, because it's going to be super duper useful for me in the future. So just make sure, if you're ever finding yourself running out of potions, running out of things, you want to go in and fix that immediately and make sure that your mega potions are automatically auto crafting when you're away. This means that as you're picking up herbs, honey, the game's going to automatically craft potions for you without you need to actually go in and open this menu and manually go in and make a specific item. So it's a huge quality of life improvement when it comes to just auto crafting the things that you're going to use the most often. One extra tip here, and we'll go into tip number 10, is save your gear loadouts. Save your gear loadouts and save your item loadouts here. We're going to go back to this section here in the crafting list, or I'm sorry, we're going to go back into the transfer items list, go into your item pouch, and we're going to hit L3 here. And you want to make sure that you have your different loadouts set. And obviously you can go in and you can name these. So if I wanted to go in and rename it whatever I wanted to, I can go be like loadout, loadout main. And I suck at naming stuff, so I usually just kind of go in order. But you can go loadout main, and this could be all the loadouts that you have. So what you want to do is you want to come in here and you want to equip everything that you think that you might need. So if I'm gonna go in and I'll just put some BS stuff in here, but I'm gonna go and equip this and equip the sunfish skill and this. So then after this, what you want to do is you want to go back out and you want to go into L3 again, manage loadouts, and then you would want to create a brand new loadout by registering it here. Now, every time you come back in camp, you can simply click on your loadout, use this loadout, and it's going to automatically pull stuff from your item box. So this is going to be incredibly useful and easy, especially when you have specific ones. So if you have one that's like, okay, this is if I go hunt thunder ones, or if I go hunt dragons, you can go in and set your different loadouts. This is like my bomb ready one. This is me to capture stuff. You can come and swap your loadouts whenever you want. So this is going to be incredibly useful. So save your item loadouts whenever you can, and have those set up for when you need to go and hunt a specific monster. Item loadouts can be incredibly useful. You can also do this with your gear as well. So if you go into your gear here, you can click L3 to manage loadouts. And let's say right now, this is the perfect one. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is my fire resistance set. So if I go and manage loadout, I can come and say, okay, I want to register this loadout. I'm going to say yes. And this is going to be my loadout 1. Now I can go in and be like, name this. And I can say, okay, this is my fire set. And as I don't really recommend doing this too early in the game, just because as you're dealing with low rank and stuff, once you go into high rank, a lot of these are going to end up changing, and you're end up just going to having a ton of different sets for a lot of armor and weapons that you're never going to use. But, even early game, you can set up just a couple here, just saying, okay, this is going to be my one if I go after fires, something like a Rathalos or something like that. You come in and set up a fire set, but you always want to make sure that, especially late game, you're managing this, and you can have like your talisman set up, your mantle set up, your different weapons, different sets here. So always make sure you're also min-maxing your equipment loadouts to what you have with the different charms, with the different talismans that you have available. There's a lot of time you're going to spend doing this, and you could just easily do this by setting up your equipment loadouts. I myself at this point haven't rolled credits on the game yet, so I'm not going to set anything up because I know high rank completely changes things, but just a free tip there. All right, and the last bonus tip here is always grab the honey. If you see honey, grab it. This is going to sound silly, but every time you see honey, go ahead and just grab that honey really quick. This continues to be one of the biggest things in the game. When trying to combine and make mega potions, you can never have too much honey. Even if you don't need it, just simply store it away for later. Honey is going to be really crucial here. And especially once you get into tougher fights, you're going to be making sure that you want to have all the potions and the honey necessary for all your battles and all your monster fights and everything else. All right, my friends, that is 10 essential tips that's going to make your journey, your hunts, your time in Monster Hunter Wilds way easier. And that was one bonus tip to get to the honey. So tell me in the comments below, what's your go-to strategy? What's the one thing that's going to help other hunters out? Let me know. Let them know in the comment section. Hit that subscribe button for more Monster Hunter, for more guides, reviews, gameplay, and tons more. Now let's all get out there and let's grab some honey and let's defeat those monsters. I'll see you guys in the next one.